Something does not rest easy.
Thousand cuts. This is the end.
You fell from the sky, but despite the maddened spirits here, you will benefit. A spirit monk was here long ago, fleeing the destruction that orphaned you. He carried a piece of your amulet. It was separated, broken apart, so your enemies could not find it easily. You have the first piece. It trains your abilities now. The second piece fell here with its minder, hidden until waters receded. A guardian protects it, waiting to test and serve you. The third piece awaits discovery in a distant lair. These three pieces are physical, but there is one more. It cannot be found, only earned. This final piece is all that will save you in the end.
Easy there. You fell flat on your face after the fight. Are you prone to that sort of thing? In the what? Your master taught you some interesting things. Come on, we need to move our camp somewhere that no ghosts attack. I know a clearing just outside of Tien's landing where we can set up camp. The flower will be safe enough if we leave it here. It's not going to get any worse. That's for... Just cross the bridge and head south.
Thousand cuts. I'm healed.
Make your way south across...
You're going down!
sword.
This is the end!
Stop where you are! Death's Hand should know better than to send his minions out alone. It is clear that you are one of his hirelings, or perhaps one of Gao the Greater's marauding pirates. You will pay for the crimes you have... Don't waste your last breath on lies. I didn't get there in time to help anyone, but I saw you lead the massacre in Two Rivers. Clear... Death's Hand went too far in ordering its destruction, and Gao the Greater sought to profit from it. My retribution will end with them, but it will be... Enough! The way you move seems odd. A flaw I cannot see, perhaps? But you are better than I expected. You might even beat me if I allowed such insult. You are too skilled to be just a hireling. Death's Hand would view such ability outside his assassins as dangerous, and Gao the Greater So it would appear you lack their branding. But if you are not one of them, who are you? A monk? A mercenary? A bandit? You chase a great evil, larger than you realize. Leave and you may survive. Others have tried to face Death's Hand but were destroyed, as Two Rivers was. Your honor sends you toward peril, but you do not flinch from it. A trait of fools, and perhaps the occasional hero. I also seek answers from Death's Hand and his minions. If you truly oppose him, you will need to find your way to the Imperial City. Of course, only the Lotus Assassins can come and go as they please, thanks to Gao. Travel routes by land and water are blocked, but they use wind maps and flyers to further their goals here and in the surrounding forest. Perhaps, if you are capable, we will meet again. I wish you good luck, but you will need far more than that to survive. Farewell.
This area is off limits. Intruders will be... I am a soldier of the Imperial Army, sent by Death's Hand to destroy anyone foolish enough to end. Unfortunately, this includes...
Wait, stop! I'm not your enemy. I swear by my ancestors, I'm not your enemy. I'm not even a... Even though I wear this uniform, I'm no soldier. My name is Tien. I'm just a simple peasant from the town of One. These soldiers passed through my village a few weeks ago. One of them angered the Lotus assassin who was in charge, and the assassin killed him. As I was coming back in from the fields, they grabbed me to fill his place. They put this uniform on me, bloodstains and all, and told me I was in the army. I will do my best, but I don't know anything. The Lotus assassins just told us to guard the gate while they searched the ruins. That's all. They are evil. Pure evil. They forced me to serve them. They would have killed me if I disobeyed. I had no choice but to guard this door while they searched the... I don't know. I was here on the far side of the gate, and the gate itself is locked. Only the Lotus Assassins themselves are allowed into the ruins. No, nothing. Only that the gate leading into them was locked. The Lotus Assassins had to get a key from Shang, the Imperial Minister in Tien's Landing. But I think the ruins are haunted. I hear strange sounds coming from beyond the gates. But even the threat of ghosts can't keep the assassins from... I don't know. I was here... Of course, Great One. I will return to my village and lead an upright life of farming and praying.
Ah, I'm healed.
There you are. I'm sorry, I didn't want to wait back there any longer. I don't think anything will hurt the flyer. It's plenty hurt already. I found this gem in the wreckage. I'm not sure what it was attached to, but I'm sure you can use it for something.
Now that we're here, we should see if anyone knows anything about flyers. Maybe whoever's in charge of the town can help us get underway again.
Unless you need me, I will stay here at this new camp. It seems safe enough, and it may as well serve as a... I can't believe Two Rivers is gone. It was home. The people there were the only family I've known. And now, they're all gone.
I understand, Dawnstar, but the path you are on may lead to even darker places. You must prepare yourself.
I don't want to think like that. We will set things right. We have to.
Returning your friends was never an option, but there are a great many more things that you can lose.
Nara earphone wonu kanawa ofa ear kanawa wonu.
Mother and I are getting out of this town. If you have any sense, you'll do the same.
Akwak wo sosonia sonophonia sisaya nawakok. Uksair wak unanikiro. Nana wo nafak sono.
It's sure to be more exciting than this dead place.
Konio kioia kawaya wo kawaya watita osia kwanif nipawia. Pia uksaya sinini sisaya rusta atapafawir sumpuno kos. Ukir neko sise sayer wosayer nifuyer. Sisaya ifok woso no koso ayeria. Sayer kanoa fwanuir. Uyoir apafawayer sisier sisitu tok. Woyer wak finir sier. Wo tawa yer kupir kawir nakawir iptuki.
The pirates are Gao the Greater's men. He has holdings near here, and access to quite a lot of flyers, as you've seen.
Piayer uksayer sinini sisayer rusta atapafawayer sumpuno kosuir toeruk. Sisayer ifo woso no koso ayeria. Sayer kanoa fwanuir. Pawoyer astier wo sayer ifasaya wakawir sheer. Wo tawa yer kupir kawir nakawir iptuki. Wo nipir uksayer sisini nisayer pusta, wo ifuer uksunuk no kawayer. Ukir nepo sise sayer wosayer nifuyer. Noni wo sayer tar wo wir ikmisaro konkna. Noni wo sayer tar wo wir ikmisaro konkna. Uyo wir apafawayer sisier sisitu. Woyer wak finir sier. Konio kioia kawayer wo kawayer watita osia kwanif nipawia.
Out of our way, woman. In this town, we don't step aside for you. You step aside for us.
The peasants of this village may cower before you, but I do not. If you are smart, you will apologize for your behavior and walk away.
Don't tell me what to do. You think I won't hit a woman? You have to learn your place. This whole town has to learn its place. What are you looking at? This doesn't concern you. Time to teach you all a lesson.
Longsword.
Hui, what are you doing here?
It's been a long time, Zhu. I haven't seen you since that night. I did as you asked. The child is safe. I made sure of that.
I know. After we spoke, I followed you. I wanted to be sure she was given a good home. You did well, Hui. Hui and I knew each other long ago. She was a soldier, and I needed her help. There was a child. an orphan. I knew we could find a good home for her. She was just a girl. Her parents were dead. I couldn't look after her. I knew Hui by reputation. I knew she's safe. That's all you need to know. She doesn't concern you. Besides, we don't have time to worry about something that happened almost 20 years.
Yes, those are old worries. Thank you for your actions today. Even if these men were no real threat, just simple sailors frustrated at the shallow river that holds them. There are pirates in the area, and they pose a far greater danger. You will likely encounter them, especially if you are the one I am waiting for. As Sagacious Su mentioned, my name is Hui. I have waited here many years for the arrival of one special fighter. Your master, Sun Li, bid me to wait until you, his protege, came seeking information.
So it's true. Master Li really is the Emperor's brother. I wish I had known.
He is gone, isn't he? Taken by the Lotus assassins just as he thought. He knew they were always searching. They are right to fear him and his legacy. The glorious strategist was certain the path to the Imperial City would bring you here. He was also very specific about how I present my information to you. You must be ready. I served under Sun Li and was one of a few soldiers he trusted enough to contact after Dirge fell. Li knew the events there would have great consequences. He told me of the weeks-long siege and how spirit monks were slaughtered so his brother could take their temple. It was madness. The Emperor killed the water dragon itself.
The water dragon? The shepherd of the dead, a goddess of rebirth. To try and steal her power, to even think it could be attempted. Has any mortal ever shown such
There are many beings that exist beyond our experience. The heavens are governed by a celestial bureaucracy. Each facet of existence is managed by a specialized attendant. Most appear to have little influence, but some, like the water dragon, have a portfolio that grants exceptional status. She was said to have governance over the Great Wheel. She was not a maker, but all life that ended passed her gaze before returning to the earth in another form. Sun Hai sought rebirth for his empire at the cost. Her body was taken to the palace as a grim trophy of the power that ended the long drought. All the while, the people hailed the Emperor as a hero, ignorant of the price. Even a god is not invincible. They have their place and it can be challenged. Sun Li could not stop the slaughter of the spirit monks. He fled the battle with you in his arms. Most believe Sun Li fell at Dirge, a lie spread by the Emperor. A handful of us knew that he lived, and we also learned the terrible price of his rebellion. Li's wife was with child, his daughter born in the Imperial Palace while he was at Dirge. He never saw her. Within weeks of the siege, the Emperor had Li's family
executed, murdered. The Lotus assassins were to cut them down. A mother and newborn child. I have no doubt that order came from Death's Hand himself.
He probably didn't think his family would be harmed, but even had he known, he might still have saved you. Li knows you have a destiny to fulfill. You're the last of your kind. The natural order has been disrupted. There is much to say, but first I was instructed to impart some very specific knowledge. Your master was very... It is time to continue your training, and I am honored to add to the basics that Sun Li instilled. A brief description should reinforce the style you saw me use. Certain lessons had to be withheld until you were ready for the attention they will bring. Sun Li taught me so that I would teach you. I must train you in spirit. Magic and weapons tire you. Draw on them too much and you could be left defenseless. Spirit Thief restores your chi, prolonging your ability to... It is especially useful when enemies are immune to basic martial attacks, when you must use magic or weapons. It can even immobilize a foe, allowing... This short lesson should be enough for now. Come speak with me in the tea house.
You're a stranger here, aren't you? I know everyone in Tien's Landing, and I've never seen you before. You should turn right around and leave this town. I am Gufu, Great One. Some call me Gufu the Sweet, though I don't know why. I usually smell like the fish I sell. Perhaps there... But now, there are no fish to sell. I have lived in Tien's Landing all my life, but now, I'm ashamed to say, I wish I lived somewhere. Everything in Tien's Landing is falling apart. Sheng, the local minister, is helpless to deal with all our trouble. You don't know? The Great Dam has been opened, and now the river's level has dropped. It's too low and fast to navigate. Without the river, the merchants can't buy goods from the Imperial City. The traders can't sell to the outside world. The men cannot fish, and And if that wasn't bad enough, we have the pirates to worry about too. They've been raiding the countryside, taking... The dam is downriver from us. When it was closed, it slowed the flow of the river, causing it to back up and the water level to rise. But with the dam open, the water drains away too quickly, and our river, the lifeblood of this town, has become a trickle. The river has no fish, and the ships can't... The dam was built nearly 20 years ago, causing the river to rise. Now the dam is open, and the river has fallen so low, no ship... Tien's Landing cannot survive without the river, but nobody in the town dares to go into the ruins to close the dam. It's bad luck to speak of such things. Old Wei in the town might tell you more. He's too old to care about ghosts and curses, but I have enough bad... A generous offer, Great One, but the gate leading to the ruins is locked. If you want to close the dam, I'm sure he'd be glad to give you a key to the gate. Nobody else will risk going... There's a road off to the right just beyond this tea house. Keep following it up until you reach the town square. Minister... Of course... I am poor, Honored One. I do not know how my few I suppose a little silver is a small price to pay if it'll end all... Take care.
There are ghosts wandering the land. I won't leave my house after... dark.
Please excuse me. I know I shouldn't be crying in public like... Please, I'm just a humble woman. My name is Seamstress Lawn, and I have a problem I don't know how to solve. I thought you could help, but I was afraid to speak. It's my fiancé, Baker Bay. Every day a group of thugs attacks him and beats him up. He tries to avoid them, but they find him. The beatings are getting worse. I'm terrible. But there isn't! My poor Bay has done nothing to these men. They attack him for no reason at all. Thank you so much, kind sir. You don't know what this means to me. If our firstborn is a boy, he shall have... Bay is down at Beggar's Pier right now, in the southeast corner of town. If you hurry, you can probably get there before the thugs attack...
It ain't easy being a dock worker. We don't get paid much, but we sure earn it.
we will over...
If one more of these villagers sneers at me, I'm going to...
Look at all these people here. When my old father told me to come to the big city, he never... Back on the farm, I ain't never seen so many people and buildings in one place. Except for livestock. But... My name's Tien. but everyone calls me Big Tien because I'm so big. I can't... You wouldn't happen to know any pretty young gals, would you? Well, that's a real shame. If you run across any...
Another day, another bull.
Ghosts bring wind. Wind is no friend to a river fisherman, I can tell you that.
Hey, Baker Bay.
Go away! I told you I want no part of this.
If you want to tell Eiling something, go tell her yourself. In the meantime, it's a little personal with me. I like sticking your... Hold on a sec. We've got company. You're a little too interested in our business, friend. Looks like...
Longsword!
Can you believe that these thugs would just attack? They might have killed me if you hadn't stepped in. Thank you. You spoke to Lan? How humiliating. My fiancé must have told you I can't protect myself. The woman I love doesn't have faith in me? Oh, the sh... Yes, you're right, of course. I suppose I can't fault Lan for being worried about me. I've taken some serious beatings lately. I didn't mean to sound ungrateful. I'm just worried about Lan. She's very emotional. I've done my best to try and keep her from becoming involved. Those thugs are acting on Eiling's orders. She's the head of their gang. They have a small hideout in the boathouse. Eiling and I were friends when we were children, but we drifted apart as we grew up. She fell in with some rough people, as you've already known. Ever since I got engaged, Eiling has become obsessed with me. Every day she sends her thugs to beat me up. She said she's obviously crazy. I've done nothing to her. We haven't even spoken in years. If I go to her hideout to talk to her, at least the beatings on the street are out in public. They won't kill me in front of witnesses. Well, not on purpose. No. Lan's very emotional. I didn't want her to get upset. At first, I didn't tell her anything at all. But I couldn't hide my bruises forever. But even then, I didn't mention Eiling. It's bad enough what's happening to me. I was afraid if Lan became more involved, Eiling might hurt her. I'm being completely honest, I swear. I know how this looks. You must think I've done something to deserve this, but I have no idea why Eiling is acting. Thank you so much. Eiling and her thugs are in the boathouse. Please just ask her to leave me alone.
These sailors are good for business. At least until their silver runs out.
Even a village as small as...
Everything I am, I owe to the Emperor.
We ought to form a guild. Everyone else has them, why not us? Another day, another bowl of rice, I hope.
Is the Emperor really 10 feet tall? Does he really float? Is he really...
These sailors are good for business. At least until their silver runs out.
Hello there, stranger. I haven't spotted you around Tien's Landing before. You've come at a bad... Regardless, it's good to meet you. I'm Darting Lynx, the acrobat. Unfortunately, I'm not putting any show... You know, feats of balance and precision, delicate routines to shock and amaze. Whatever brings some silver, really. I travel around the countryside putting on acts and sometimes teaching people a few tricks. Hey, now that I think of it, you're a warrior, right? I may not be putting on any shows here, but I could teach you a few techniques to improve your balance and speed if you're interested. I'd be happy to. Let's see what...
Stop right there! I gave you 2 extra duty. Get back to that gal.
We don't have to listen to you, Ing. You're a captain without a ship. She's nothing but a landlocked...
I will discover a way to free this ship.
I've had enough of you.
Now get back in that...
Well, you're still the captain. For now. But if you don't get us out of this town soon, you're going to have a mutiny on your hands. Then we'll see what's what.
If you've come to complain about my men, I don't want to hear it. When Minister Sheng gets the Great Dam closed, we'll be happy to leave. Until then... I'm Captain Ing. This is my ship, the Lucky Knight. She's a fine vessel, or was. But now that the Great Dam is open, the Lucky Knight is stranded. We're sailors. We don't belong on land. If we could just get our ship back on the water, everything would be fine. But that won't happen until someone finds a way to close the dam. If I leave the ship, my men will have Tien's Landing in flames. The locals think the dam is haunted, and Minister Sheng can't find anyone brave enough to risk closing it. The moment I saw you, I knew you were the fearless sort. I hoped you would offer to help. It shames me to need the help of a stranger.
Must be something in the way you carry yourself. Everywhere we go, people ask you to do dangerous things.
I'm not a rich man, but my reputation, my ship, and my men are worth everything I can give. Close the dam and free us, and I'll give you all the silver I have. You won't get too far if you don't speak to Minister Sheng first. The dam is located in the ruins, but a pair of massive gates blocks the way. Only Sheng has the key. He's in the town square. You'll see him standing in front of a cart. Just don't ask him about the burned out...
I sense an embarrassing story. I can't wait to find out what happened.
It really isn't important. Just get that key from him and close the Great Dam. Good luck.
Finally! Someone stronger than these cowed peasants. This town disgusts me. I am Scholar Six Heavens, and I need someone who possesses great strength and skill. What I do not need, however, is someone who walks the way of the open palm. I can read in every movement that you would protect the weak and coddle the poor. That is exactly the case. You are not worthy to help me in my task. I need someone who understands the discord, friction, and trial are the true sources of strength. If I can see by your actions that you understand the way of the closed fist, I promise to make it worth your while. Otherwise...
If one more of these villagers sneers at me, I'm going to... Ing better figure out a way to get us out of here soon, or I'm go...
What do you want? Can't you see we're... It's no fun being trapped in this town. We don't know nobody, we ain't seen our families in months, and...
Hello! You do not need to speak with me. I am just Merchant Xiang's assistant. Perhaps someday I will be Merchant Xipeng, mightiest merchant of Tien's... But for now, I am just an assistant. Not work.
Hello again, Honorable One. I understand.
This here's a private club. Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Be careful. Trust no one in this place. We are alone.
So, I hear you helped out Baker Bay today. Gave my boys a bit of a lesson, didn't you? You'd think after all the beatings I gave them over the years, they'd be used to losing. But they're still taking it pretty hard. Maybe the humiliation will be good for them. Everyone thinks that Bay and that little seamstress make such a nice couple. But Bay already promised to marry me. I know what you're thinking. Why would Bay want to marry someone like me? I may not be a delicate little flower like Lon, but I don't want to run this gang forever. Someday I want a husband, maybe a little house, kids too. Bay promised to give me all that. He promised to marry me, and now he's trying to weasel out of it. But a promise is a promise. I won't forget that, even if he tries. Yeah, okay. If he has the guts to come here and face me, I'll talk to him. But I'm not going to let him weasel out of his...
Lan, what are you doing here?
I figure we better get all the secrets out, babe. If Lon's going to marry you, she should know what kind of man.
She said there was something I need to know, babe. What? What? Bae, how could you?
I didn't. It's a lie. I haven't spoken to her in years. Not since we were kids.
Don't pretend like you don't remember, bae. It was summer, and we were sitting on a little raft catching fish. I was upset because Li Shan had called me ugly. I was crying, so you took my hand and said, "I think you're pretty, Eiling. And someday when we're grown up..."
What? But that was years ago. We were kids. We were only 6 years old. You can't hold me to that. Kids say all kinds of things, Eiling. Remember when you took my frog and I called you a bully? You swore you'd never speak to me again. But that same day you gave me the frog back. You said you'd never, ever, ever do anything to make me unhappy. Kids always say things like that.
It meant something to me, babe. You were the only boy who didn't tease me, the only one I liked. You promised to marry... Well, yes, I did say that. But that was when we were still friends. Now he pretends like he doesn't even know me. He's... Yes, but... Well... You're right. I know you're right. Bae's right. We were just kids. I guess I can't hold him to his promise. You win, Lon.
If I had more, I would gladly give it to you. But my family isn't rich. This dowry is all I... You've done so much for us, and we've given you so little. Wait, I know...
I'm glad everything worked out for you two, and I'm sorry, Bae. I don't know what came over me. When I heard you and Lon were getting married, I just...
It's okay, Eiling.
Come on, Bae.
I hope things work out for Bae and Lon. After everything I put them through, they deserve it. I don't know what came over me. It's just... Bae was my last chance to have a family. My only chance to find a husband. When I heard he was engaged... What respectable man would ever want to marry a girl like me? Even the lummoxes in my gang would only do it because they were... This town is short on eligible bachelors as it is. I mean, I have a reputation around town, and having my boys beat up Bae didn't help any. Any half-decent man would probably... Huh. You really think you can pull this off? Tell you what. But don't think I'm desperate enough to settle for just anyone. I've got my standards. And Let's see. There's Rue the bosun, but he's nothing but a drunk. My boys have had more than a few run-ins with him over the years. Schumann the craftsman is single. I don't know him that well, but he seems like a good man. He has a home in the southwest. And then there's Yaru. He used to be a sailor traveling the Empire, but now he's looking to settle down. He might be not living in town, and Tien's Landing doesn't get a lot of visitors. But if you find someone... Yeah, right. The pickings in Tien's Landing are mighty slim for a girl like me. But if you find someone, just bring him back some...
Hello again! I ain't had much luck. You do? That's great! Is she pretty? Is she a nice... Well, let's go meet her. You better... Wow, you sure are pretty. And you got a real nice club here for you and your friends. My name's Tien, but everyone calls me Big Tien, because...
Big! Yes, I can see that. Well, Big Tien, my name's Eiling. I haven't seen you around town before. I'd remember someone like you.
Yeah, I ain't never been to the big city before. Usually I stay out on my farm, but my old father told me it's time to get me a wife, so... You want to get married now?
You aren't really the sharpest knife in the rack, are you, Tien?
Hey, that's what my old father always says about me. He also says the key to farming is hard work and happy thoughts.
A farm, eh? I've spent my whole life living in the town. I'm not sure I want to leave Tien's.
Gang? What are you... Hey! This ain't no club. You guys are...
Yukutnik kunk uno sa ison kudnoka ug. Ikirnik tine piru uiferek ug son puno.
You taught me much, Jian, but the most valuable lessons were learning where you were wrong. 17th square of the lion, if you please.
Wotowe ug kawana ir usoana da hoki. Niato nonapadi irovir.
You are being rude, Jian. We have a guest. Let us place the game on hold.
Tawe ir kawana ir sunir ipoki. Wonakapir sari awaf, van sier surufus isinosaurus usuno.
Surely you know of Yi, the capturing game? Played on a board of 19 rows and columns, the black and white pieces capture territory for their play.
Ikirnik tine piru uiferek ug son puno. Oki fakarea ni ukoristoipa.
Do not be so hasty, Jian. You did not turn me aside all those years ago.
Not at all. Na pirar pirni ni takatashi. Wonakapir sari awaf.
Surely you know of Yi. Jian the Iron Fist isn't honestly going to let this one walk away, is he? If you don't say anything, then I will, you old goat.
Si sai pawaro, tikotro tuaso.
I too see strength, but also the capacity for understanding the world and your place in it. You could prove an interesting pupil.
Ipaner nuko iwa ir nikasanaria iruro ninua sa irkana.
He would like nothing more than to have you as a student. But show me that you walk the way of the open palm, and I will teach you the mysteries of...
Both Tempest and Stone Immortal are very sensitive to your temperament. Harmony or discord can affect your ability to control air and earth respectively.
Usair kokonato, tanatia, katanano, shafatoyo, kokonato sir ipanon.
Always a pleasure to talk to another warrior. You have some understanding of the way of the open palm. Return to me when you feel you understand the way of the... Stone Immortal allows you to control the earth itself. It is not easy to master. To understand the earth, you must be aware of all things around. That is why Stone Immortal is only taught to those who follow the way of the open palm. Our sense of harmony aids us in persuading the earth to... When...
Pretty.
Put that sword back, lout! Surely there was never a minister as unlucky as Minister Sheng to suffer such insolence. And still poor Minister Sheng suffers the insults of tradesmen who know nothing of justice. Where would I put the lout? My jail has been burned to the ground, along with my office, I might add. I have no place to put thieves, so stop questioning your betters.
Hello. How are you doing, Phil? How you're... Oh. Unfortunately, I don't know that. It's some... Oh. Yeah, yeah. How you celebrated New Year? Was you drunk? Or you was very drunk?
This is bad. Oh, this is bad. River dried up,
Then
pirates
you
everywhere.
definitely
This is worse than
celebrated
the
it
long
very good.
drought.
Hey? I'm
How's
Way.
overall things
Well,
going?
some call me Old Way, but that... Of course, we're both pretty old compared to most of the
Не
people in
злой.
Tien's Landing. Why, most of them don't even remember what it was like before the flood.
Yeah.
18 years ago, Emperor Sun was young and flush with success from ending the drought. He began public works all over the Empire, including the Great Dam downriver. The workmen came and started building
Yeah.
it near our town.
I
We were
finally
not engineers, and
came
so we were not sure what it would mean.
from
Some worried
my...
that it might flood us out. Most were unconcerned. After all, if there were any danger, the Emperor
It's
would
so
tell us
satisfying to
surely.
see
One day, the Great
120,000
Dam
of
was
gold
finished,
on my account.
and the floodgates were closed. The town flooded. We took what we could and fled.
By the way, do you have
Mothers ran
by any
about
chance
screaming for their children who'd gone out to play. Children
Vipera
screamed
or
for their
Viper,
dogs.
like the Italian
Some
tank
folks climbed
destroyer,
to the roofs of their
premium one?
houses and refused
Is
to
it good?
leave. We survivors straggled upriver. Some collapsed from exhaustion.
Because I'm
The water kept
thinking like,
rising. I carried a
bye.
boy and a girl, and I saw another boy fall, but I couldn't carry him. Finally, I fell over too, and when I woke,
The
I
1,000
found
of
the
gold.
water had stopped rising.
Yeah.
The Great Dam had created an enormous
Okay, we'll
lake,
see.
and we settled our new town on the banks. The lake completely covered the ruins of our town. Life went on, but no word ever came
What
from
is
the
here?
Imperial City. No warning, no explanation. Did we displease the Emperor, or were we just beneath? The crewmen who manned the Great Dam would come to town sometimes, but they knew no more than we. I will go to...
Haven't played for 2 weeks. I'm now
started a new
probably
life
gonna
here,
be
but there
very
was
trash
much
player.
pain and sorrow. Conversations would trail off.
Oh, and
At
yeah,
night you
first
could
battle
hear
against
women
tier 10.
sobbing, and not a few men.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Finally, people stopped talking about the past, and then they refused. You look like you know how to fight. You look like you... We farm and fish. We live at the mercy of the gods, nature, and the Emperor. If one or all of these master... If one or all choose to be... A few months ago, the Emperor's engineers and soldiers left. They just went off in the night. Soon after, the Great Dam opened on its own. There wasn't anyone around. The water drained, revealing the old ruins. And underwater, these eight... I don't know what made the Great Dam open. Some say it was ghosts. They say those who died in the town don't want to be forgotten. Oh, we don't know how. We're simple people, and the Great Dam is not a simple thing. They say there is magic involved in its construction. Well, thank you for listening.
It is not easy to be Minister Sheng, beset with troubles and doom, and now interrupted by some difficult Truly, can you not see that I am busy watching my career slide into oblivion? Minister Sheng simply hasn't time for your petty concerns. I have problems of my own. The Ministry of Harmony, which oversees taxation and execution, usually in that order. But poor Minister Sheng oversees nothing in this dying town. Nothing but failure! This backwater pimple of a town lives off of the lake created by the Great Dam. But the Great Dam is open and the lake is dry. The town is dying. I have nary a clue. Unless... Oh, very well, you've convinced me to talk. It is dangerous to say anything, but I am a brave man. It was that horrible Inquisitor. Lim oversees the Lotus Assassin operations in this area. A few weeks ago, he came to town and demanded a key to the ruins. Then his men went up there and opened the... Inquisitor Lim has his assassins searching for something, though what it is I couldn't say. Minister Sheng knows better than to stick his nose in the business of the Lotus Assassin. I didn't want the town to panic, so I kept Lim's presence here a secret. Better the peasants think it was ghosts, a much less Some brave soul must travel through the old ruins, which are absolutely not infested with ghosts, and I cannot order or even ask someone to go do this. If the Great Dam closes, the ruins will flood. Various assassins and soldiers will be killed. Not good for my crew. But if I happen to lose the key and someone happened to find it, the town could be saved and the... What are you talking about? I haven't... Oh, and I am certainly not going to tell you that the ruins can be reached by heading across the footbridge and out the west gate of town. Not for me, certainly, because I never asked you to do anything, right? Now, I happen to know of a ship's captain down on the waterfront.
Bless you.
Ing, I think, who is trapped here. He has a big cargo rotting in his hold. I am sure he would pay a good sum. Of course, being a stranger, he'd not be able to tell you that you'd need to go through the ruins which lie through the west gate. Minister Sheng remembers when flyers were reserved for the wealthy elite of the Imperial City. I suppose in theory you could find a flyer at the pirate camp upriver. In practice, however, I doubt you would find the pirates very... I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk. Yes, Rue is surely the only one who would make... Rue announced 3 days ago that he was going to close the Great Dam, but first he stopped at the tea house for a bowl of wine. Minister Sheng has been reduced to a tour guide. The tea house is the large building just down the hill from here. Minister Sheng remembers... I suppose... Yes, yes...
Are there no warriors among you? Finally, someone approaches me. I was worried that this town's courage had drained away with the water. You look like a man who is trained for combat. Not personally, no. On behalf of Lord Yun, I'm here to find a skilled warrior who can deal with the great southern forest, which lies north of this village, suffers from a terrible disease. Every tree within its borders sickens, and the place is infested with ghosts. Lord Yun, my master, seeks a way to open the forest again and make it safe for travel. He is prepared. Our men are no match for the ghosts in the forest. You must leave Tien's Landing via the gate and follow the road. The forest is but a short journey away, and Lord Yun makes his camp at the base of a hill. The path there is relatively safe, but travel beyond his camp and things... Go safe.
Some sort of disease affects this place, but it can't be natural. It's as if the trees have deliberately grown together to snarl the paths. We must be on guard. Something very big is happening here. Wait, does it feel colder all of a sudden?
Oh, 1,000 cuts.
You're going.
We hurried down as quickly as we could, but I see you had the situation well in hand. I'm impressed. They grow worse by the day, and I've almost given up hope of finding. My manners desert me. I am Lord Yun, owner of this land, and charged by the Emperor himself to keep it. You should turn back south to Tien's Landing. This is the safest part of the Great Southern Forest, and even it is polluted. Help me. That's certainly a kind offer, but I'm not sure that... Wait a moment. You don't look like a pilgrim or one of the poor folk trying to escape Tien's Landing. Would it be out of line to inquire as to... Even caravans employing skilled warriors have been forced to turn back under these ghosts' assaults. I could only... It depends on how long you have to spend waiting. My flyer will not return for at least a month, as I knew it would take some time to set. Unless we can find a way to remove these ghosts, though, I'll be stuck here warning people away from this place until I'm driven out by the... Indeed, though you would also need a flyer with enough fuel to manage the trip. Those are impressive. Then again, you seem resourceful. Perhaps you could get something done for me. If so, I might be persuaded to foolishly risk the Lotus Assassin's wrath by making a copy of one of their precious. The deal is simple. Find out why my land sickens, why it is home to so many ghosts. Two things threaten the entire length and breadth of this forest. The trees blacken with disease, and ghosts flock to this place. I suspect that these things are related, and, more importantly, that they're related to a fox called the Forest Shadow. She is a powerful spirit that has long been an ally of my family. Personally, I've had little to do with her. My father and his father before him, however, felt strongly that she should be revered. They considered her the true guardian of this forest. I think something is wrong with the Forest Shadow, and I want you to find her and figure out what is happening. Once we know that, we'll have a clear idea of what we face. A noble sentiment, but when I look upon these trees, I'm afraid that you may have to destroy her. See what you can learn first. Make your way up this ancient trail, and when you come to a fork, take the left path. That will lead you to a temple built. Once there, find my hunter, Spearcatch's Leaf, if he still lives. He claimed to remember some sort of ritual that my You might also want to keep an eye out for some small shrines that are scattered about the forest. Some of them are said to react to magic or charges of... I was beginning to think there may be no cure for this place. Find Spearcatch's Leaf at the temple above and see what he has learned. Your wind map will be...